Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, between and beyond. I am Miss Berwald, and today I am making this lovely journal. It's gonna be my Commonplace journal for 2025, and I have made the very base of my journal, and next week I am planning on decorating it and filling it with my goals and hopes and dreams for 2025. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna start off with finding out what I want to do for my journal. I know I want a simple 5-hole pamphlet stitch journal with visible stitches on the outside. I want it to be hardcover, but I don't want to alter a book, so I'm going to make my own cover. I also want a straight, firm spine. And I know I want to work with as much different texture and interactivity as I can. My journal should be both functional and fun, and I'm a very tactile person, and I like touching the different textures. So now I want to find the materials for the cover. And I think I found some discarded boxes from food containers. These are sort of like cardboard material, and I've decided to double or triple the cardboard, and that way I can make sure it's as much of a hardcover as possible. I have also found some, what is it called? Some wallpaper, discarded wallpaper books I've bought for cheap, and I'm gonna find the wallpaper now. So this is what I decided on. I want this one, the floral one. I want sort of like very whimsical. Let's turn it the right way up here. I want it to be very whimsical and floral and feminine, because I really enjoy that kind of aesthetic. Yeah, and now I also have this one. I want this one for the spine. It's sort of like a pinkish contrasting color, or not contrasting, but like a more solid pattern, and I think that will fit the spine very, very well. I am gonna start out with dismantling these lovely boxes. My scalpel is very old, very, here you go, very used, well loved. Get a proper knife. Let's see if we can focus here. No. Yeah. Three pieces disassembled, or 3 boxes disassembled. Now I'm going to cut in these folds here, remove all of these extra bits, so that I will have 3 pieces, a front, a back, and a spine. This is what some people will call a safety knife. You have to press here to extend the blade. See, if you cut it in just one stroke, you'll get this fussy edge here. Yeah. For some reason, I'm pushing too hard. As you can see, I have this one that needs to be in the middle, and this one I accidentally tore in the beginning. So I am gonna find some of my good glue, and we are gonna glue these together. I am gonna also find something to put underneath so that I don't get glue on my cutting mat. As you can see, I found some parchment paper and some of my universal glue. I am pretty sure this is acetone. Yeah, it's acetone based, and that also means it dries insanely fast. It's quite cheap, and you can get it almost anywhere in Denmark. So let's just glue these down. Make sure they are somewhat the same size. Yeah, almost. Do that. Super. I think I want the rough side out. So let's try and see if we can add some glue here. As I said, you gotta work fast with this. So I'm gonna take it all around the edges here. Try and get as close to the edge as I can. Just out here. My friends love when I make that sound. Stick it down. Hold it for a second. Oh no, it's slippery. Also because I put the two slick or like smooth sizes against each other, we're gonna have to make sure it's really nicely stuck down. So let's take the next one. This was one. I think it's gonna be the backside probably. Who knows? It doesn't matter. And this one also had one with a slight, yeah, there it is. We're gonna glue it like this. Yeah, as you can see, there's quite a bit of a difference here. That is because I am not very good at cutting straight. So I'm just gonna squeeze these two, put them under something heavy for a bit, see if they dry. And then we have these three. We're gonna give them the same treatment. Suspense. And I will continue when these bad boys are dry. So I think the pieces here are dried now. So I'm gonna find my wallpaper here And then I'm gonna make sure I have a bit of a, what's it called, a gap around. And I am gonna cut to make sure I'm gonna cut a little bit wider here to make sure I can wrap it around. Beautiful. Then we need to cover this one as well. Oh, it's gaping a little bit. Let us see if we can fix that, or just put it under pressure. Under pressure. Like that. Great. There you go. A good idea would be to put something heavy on top, but I don't really have anything on hand right now. So we're just gonna put it out here to the side, off here to the side. This one's turn. Glue. Whoop. Now I just need to glue or get some wallpaper for this one, and I'm gonna make it a bit wider because I want to make it reach into the front and the back of the cover. The problem is I actually want this one to be straight. So I am going to see what I'm gonna do about that. Or maybe I can just add some lace here on the side, just to make sure the this not so nice edge is gonna be shown. Yes. Let's see if we can find the estimated middle here. There. Oh. Perfect. And let's glue this on. If you noticed, there is always already some glue on. That's because I done goofed and accidentally made these just wide enough to cover this. And I think I might use these on the or one of these on the inside, and then save these two pieces here for another day. Okay. Now we have the spine as well as the front and back. Now I am going to miter the corners and wrap the paper in on the back side here. So yeah, let's do that. Doo-doo-doo. This was one, and I'm gonna flip in, even though these corners are gonna overlap, and I'm gonna use my nail to sort of, kind of like you do when you're wrapping gifts. So yeah, I'm gonna show you. But first, let's miter the other one here. Let's see if we can do this. I'm just gonna start out by pre-folding here, and then You see, push in here with my non-existent nails. Go like this. Same over here. Push in with non-existent nails. There you go. And let's glue it up. My dogs are barking like crazy right now. I think they might be able to see a deer or something. We have a lot of wildlife where I live. We live on the countryside, where like every once in a while pheasant or a deer just wanders by. I've seen a fox once, and like it's nice, but my dogs can't really handle the or one of my dogs can't handle the presence of wildlife. He gets very excited. He thinks everyone is here to visit him and him only. Let's just go like this. Oh no, did I cover this side with glue? No. Good. I was scared. Oh, I soon have no more glue. Let's remove the distractions and just gently fold it over. I want to make sure this part here is not visible on the outside. So I have to make sure I roll the edges or the corners just the tiniest amount more here. Perfect. Look at my hands, I'm so full of glue. My camera died. So yeah, we're gonna just quickly show what I did. I made these two, and as I showed with one of the focus, if you can, probably not. I folded in the sides, then pinched with my nail, and then folded it over. I'm gonna attach this approximately like 1/2 centimeter to the with the 1/2 centimeter gap, and then I'm gonna cut down this length so that it doesn't reach like all the way this way. I wanted to have a bit of a less edge here. So I have also managed to locate a better knife. I also made I found a scrap of paper, and this is, I don't know, 4.5 centimeter wide, and it's not made of metal, so I'm gonna have to be careful when I cut this, because I want a bit of a space between the two, like the spine and the cover, but I also want to have just a bit shorter contrasting wallpaper. So yeah, let's cut a bit and see how it goes. I'm just gonna go slowly and cut several times if I can. we are gonna glue down. I'm just gonna quickly mark with my knife. Is that even visible? Kind of. Okay. Let's glue this sucker up and see if we can line it up just approximately. Let's just sort of scrape this glue. Yeah, like this. Okay, the second piece. I'm also gonna glue it down. Approximately. Good enough. It's me who's gonna use it anyway, so it's fine. Okay. The next step would be to miter the corners, but I'm just quickly gonna cut just a bit shorter here. Or am I? No, I think it's gonna be easier to cover because I think, yeah, this is gonna be hard to cover, but let's go. I'm gonna miter the corners. Okay, I mitered all of the pieces here before I got so rudely interrupted by someone calling me. That someone being my husband. So let's just quickly glue these parts down. I'm just gonna go like, oh no. Go like this if I can. I hope these pieces aren't too small. Okay, I'm gonna glue myself stuck to this project, and we'll see how it's gonna go. Okay, perfect. I know it's a lot of glue, but I'd rather it seep out than not get properly stuck. Eee! Oh no! Okay, it's hard to keep down stuck. So let's just quickly move into the middle here. So I think I'm gonna glue some paper here, like this scrap here. And I'm just gonna cut it just a tiny bit shorter. I think I'm actually gonna try and see if I can cut it so that these edges here will not be visible. And then I will decorate the front, and I'm gonna stick some paper here. So, first thing first. Let's find the material. Okay, I am gonna cut. I need a scissor. Scissors. Let's start cutting. Let's do it approximately there, maybe. And yeah, ish. And the same with these. And I'm not gonna be straightening this with my hair straightener. I have a small crafty hair straightener I use for this purpose, but I am gonna make sure it's nice and tight. But I'm gonna start out with this. I can sort of see where I want the middle here to be, the middle of the ribbon to be. If we do like this, roughly. And then I have this. I actually think this is true original Scotch tape. And I think it might be the only one I have. But yeah, no brand loyalty whatsoever. Oh my god.
2 hours later.
Oh wait, it doesn't matter it's that far because I'm gonna cover it. This feels like the least sticky tape I have ever used, and also the worst thing to open. 0 out of 10, cannot recommend. But that also be because I am slightly special. I should I should probably have attached the smaller one to this one as well, so I glued them both down at the same time, but I did not. So that's how it is. I could probably use this as a tuck spot as well, but then I'd have to do it from this side to avoid hitting the edge here. So let us find some tape. I just had it. Here it is. Oh no! Look at that. I already managed to get stuff all over it. And the cool thing is, I still have that tiny edge to follow, so I can just tighten it up real nice and snug and attach. But the thing is, it is still not that sticky, this tape, so I am gonna use some glue. Beautiful. Oh, whew. I thought it was something serious. Yeah. Now let's stick on some of this. I think I will actually, will I glue it down? Oh, you can't see. I'm so sorry. Good. And what about my closure? See, this is what happens when you improvise. I think I'm gonna break off this part if I can. I do have... Oh, I can do it with my fingers. Oh shit, there's a needle there. Don't do it with your fingers if there's a needle. I was about to get stabbed. Violence. Violence is not an answer. It's a question, and the answer is yes. Now, bend this. I have, oh my goodness, I have some pliers lying right next to me. Oh my god. I love this little flower, and fun fact, the Danish word for flower is blomst. That is the singular word. If you do plural, it's blomster. And it's kind of similar to bloom, I think. So yeah, that's the Danish word of the day. Blomst. The eyelets I have to attach last, because if I don't, I will have problems when I try to attach the inside here. So yes, I think I'm just gonna make the pretty little book plate. Okay, let's see. This one needs to be around about this big. Can I see? Yeah, right there. Can we tear gently? We can! Great! That's good news. But I can just distress it with my nails and then maybe see if I can find some good ink that fits. Okay. I have my tea dye and my spun sugar. I think my tea dye is gonna stick better. I'm actually a bit curious if it will even stick to this. But I guess we're gonna find out. I also have my tea dye. Okay, and I have my baby wipe here. It's not fully dry, but it's dry enough. So, what we're gonna do is we are gonna glue this down. But we have to make sure we get all the way down. And I don't just mean all the way down. I mean it needs to be one piece of paper here. So that is gonna be a bit hard. And when I say hard, I mean it. I think I might have to find a bone folder and just attach it. Well, not attach the bone folder, but attach this piece all the way down here and simply start down in these crevasses. Let's just wing it. YOLO. That's such a bad idea, but yeah. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. Or if I know I was out of frame. I'm so sorry. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I hope it doesn't crack on the outside. That would be a disaster. Then I need to make sure this is properly secure and make sure it's all straight as well, because it does not look straight, but this side here wasn't straight. So yeah, who is? This requires so much concentration. And then you might ask yourself, but Miss Berwald, what is the point of all of this? You see, my young child, it is to make sure the inside looks good as well. But if you do this wrong, it will not. So let's see if we can make it happen. I feel like I get an A for effort. Let's see if we fucked up the outside. No, it's not too bad. This is gonna be so fun to stab through when I have to do the pamphlet stitch. It's gonna suck. But that's okay. That's why we're here. To suffer. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's important now to let this rest. This up here has added quite a lot of bulk. As I said, it's gonna be fun to punch through this. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be alright. I need to find some sort of inner cover. I need to find my signatures. And I am gonna figure out what kind of interactive elements I want. I want a pocket here and a pocket here. Maybe even some sort of interactive flap out pockets. Okay, my next step is to cover this inside with some scrapbook paper. I'm gonna use a printable that I'm gonna upload for free on my blog, which you can go and see on a link in the description. Well, I think I'm gonna use this paper here, and I'm gonna distress the edges, ink the edges. I originally wanted to use this one, which is just some watercolor I scanned and made some scrapbook paper, or made it into some scrapbook paper. But this is a better texture. So I don't know if I actually still have this. Oh no, this is not my own scrapbook paper apparently. But yeah, I'm gonna use this for the inside here, and I'm gonna add this as pockets. So yeah, let's start out by inking the edges. Oh no, let's cut it to size first. Then I don't have to ink the edges twice. Ooh, I do not think this is big enough for two. So maybe I'm just gonna add this one on this side and the colorful one on the back side. Whoop. This is how it goes when you sort of just wing it. But I feel like that's an important process of being creative, is to do it intuitively and follow how you want to do it in that moment. Let's mark this one as well. Oh yeah, that's great. Nice. Let's ink the edges. So let's add this bad boy. And like before, I'm gonna add glue all the way around and then in the middle. As before, it's quite important to make sure it's well glued down. And I really don't want the edges to lift up, so I'm just gonna go a bit closer to the edge. Perfection. And I'm using this acetone-based glue because it doesn't warp the paper. I think I said that before, but I feel like it's something important to consider in your projects. Oftentimes you can get away with using water-based adhesives, but yeah, I prefer it like this. Okay, and I'm gonna add something like this over here then. I don't care about these two being the same, and the reason why I do that is I'm not gonna look at these pieces at the same time. And save this piece. I have a whole box of scraps like almost any other crafter have, and it's great for this kind of stuff. And the scraps can be used both in the journal and on other pieces. Yeah, you see, I could have used this on this side as well, but as I said, I wanted a bit more. Oh, I could use this as a pocket here, and where's the other piece? Well, the other piece over here as a pocket. As I said, I have like a lot of scraps lying around me right now, so yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this to dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna stab it. I think the next step is to make my eyelets here. for the closure and for my dangle. So I am gonna do that, and yeah. So I need this bad boy. Can I find the middle? That would be lovely. I have this one. I am excited to see if it will be able to poke through. I also have to check just to make sure that it's this one. It is. Let's see, here. Now I just need to bind the pieces, and I want to, as I said, I think I want the five hole pamphlet stitch. That means I am gonna have to somehow measure out this piece here. The thing is, I should make a guide for myself. Well, as I said, I have the most ratchet ruler in the world. Then we need to divide this into, is it 7 when I have 6? Yeah, let's see.
2 hours later.
As I said, I'm just winging this, so don't mind me. What is wrong with this one? Let's see if we can even poke through this. It might work. It did. Amazing. Cool. As you can see, some of my holes aren't perfectly aligned, but I think it will be fine. Hopefully. Okay, I am gonna finish poking these holes and I will return shortly. For my signatures, I have found a bunch of different papers. Some I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with, because there are some backsides for some of these papers that I don't like. I also have a bunch of tea stained paper, and like a doily back here. I don't know if I have to maybe flatten it a bit or just embrace the craziness of it. I also stained some with some dandelion in hopes of getting it kind of yellow. Okay, I made a lot of signatures. I made 2, 4, 6 signatures, each of 5 blades or 5 sheets. So the thing is, my plan of making 40 pages is well, dead. So okay, I'm quickly gonna show you what I did. I used hardware, I used some tea bag paper, and I sewn up on a lot of lace. I used washi tape or washi stickers. I have some free printable on my blog, which you can download and print yourself, of course. I sewn this one on. It's actually 2 pieces. It's this printable here. It's watercolor scans that I simply, yeah, what's it called? Punched out. You can see here. I punched it out. This looks kind of like a mistake, but that's because, like this one, there's no edge, and I forgot to turn it so it looked good. So yeah, tea stained paper. More of just sewing things on, as you can see. I rounded a lot of corners. I distressed edges with like a pair of scissors and used my distress ink. I have this one, and I have many, but I used walnut stain, and I used tea dye, if I can find it. Let's see. Under all of these good things, tea dye. Oh, let's turn it the right way. Tea dye and walnut stain. I used some of the cut-offs of string. At some pages I kept the string, but on others I cut it off, and I just sewn it on this one. On this one I folded the page up, and I sewn all the way around. Or, as you can see, I sewn here and up here. This one, kind of the same. I made 2 tuck spots and sewn top and bottom. I, of course, distressed a lot, used stencils, cut with the funky pair of scissors. You can see how crooked I cut this. Yeah, it's a junk journal. More distress stencils, and I also took my blending brush, and without blending too much, I simply just went in like round circles, and that's how you get these sort of wave-like things. Here I have 3 different things sewn on. I have a piece of fabric. I have a bit of lace, the same thick lace I used here. And I also used some of that pink ribbon. This one is where it's just a folded piece of paper where I sewed up here and down here. I folded it over and used a punch. Here I had one too many of these leaf things, so I made I put some ribbon inside and outside of it, and I sewed it into this one. So it will this leaf for the signature will be sewn in here. So I have a little flap out with a little booklet. I will start and divide these wonderful pieces into 6 piles, and I will then see if I can sew them in. planned out my first signature. I have like this. I'm trying to sort of alternate the sizes, both width and height. But I realized most of my pages are actually, they have a somewhat similar height. So that's fun. Yeah. So that's the very first signature. So I'm gonna bind this in, see how that goes. As you can see here, I made this and I lined up this one to make the template, and it's all the way. So yeah, let's see if we can do this. I need to kind of clamp these together exactly where I want them, and I'm gonna clamp only on one side, and that is to make sure that it doesn't shift. Or should I? It will be my first time if I clamp on both sides, so I will find some clamps and I'll be right back. I have managed to find these small clips. I think they are called bull clips or bulldog clips. I'm actually not certain. But let's see if we can sort of make sure all of these are somewhat aligned in the center of each other. And I'm pretty sure it all aligns beautifully now. Ooh, it's just on the edge of that. See, that's the kind of thing I should have checked before I did this. And I still have not located my awl, so I'm gonna use this funky needle. We are doing a fantastic job. Perfection. But I actually need some sort of needle for this business. I'm still not sure which one of these. I'm gonna go with that one. I don't think I want the full 6-ply string. I think I'll go down to... Should I just go down to 3? I think that would be the cleverest. All of my needles. Well. Let us... Look at this killer needle. It's kind of like this one. Why are they so big? Can someone tell me what they are used for? Because I feel like that's a bit overkill. It's great when you have moved all of your creative stuff so you cannot find anything. Yeah, let's go with this one. All my stuff. Let us split our embroidery thread and let us put away the stabby things. Whoop. Don't worry, I will stab myself. You will see blood in this one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Counting with Miss Berwald. We are good at that. I'm just gonna cut a bit here because I don't know if I want to use those strings for something funky. Oh, look at that, the very first signature. As you can see, it's gonna be a very alligator mouth, but I'm fine with that. So I am gonna sew in the rest of the signatures just like this. Well, I have finished sewing in my signatures, and here's the result. As you can see, I made a bit of a boo-boo there. And my holes, you can see, if you're just winging it, you can see my strings are a bit crooked. I think I can fix this with a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of glue. And then when I add the dangle, it's not gonna be so noticeable. But I'm gonna do a quick flip through. So that was the entire flip through. I think you might want to join me next week and see how I'm gonna decorate it. Remember, I made this sort of thing here before I was even ready to put in my signatures, and I want to make something with this bright pink ribbon. I think I'm also gonna put some of it in here. I have some fun clips here if I can open it. Oh, I haven't opened it before. I have some of these stones and dangles and beads and all kind of fun stuff. Got a little key. So yeah, next week I am planning on decorating this and also filling it with my ephemera and the things I like, my goals and my commonplace stuff for the next year, or for this year, I guess. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as I said, I hope to see you next week.